All right, so let's get into it. Here with another segment of the Flux Reversal's video game industry news chat react show, where I talk about video game industry news that has occurred over the past week from Monday until Friday. I look at it from the perspective of a consumer and a PC gamer, following things and bringing up issues and talking about stuff that I think the average video gamer and consumer wouldn't know about otherwise, because a lot of this stuff isn't public mainstream news, not unless you just follow finance sometimes or just specifically news. You're not going to hear about it on the regular outlets. So I endeavor to bring all of that into a consolidated show. It's kind of like a weekend review type of thing. Now, the news I get are from articles. I'm just reacting to articles from other news outlets. I follow a handful of news agencies and outlets online who I find reputable and have been historically known to provide accurate information. And I follow a bunch of them, and I find legitimacy when I see the same story posted on different outlets. Now, I could follow all these institutions, developers, and publishers in the industry on their own, but that's just one. I'm just one person. That's a lot for one person. That is like a lot of stuff for one person to do. Yeah, exactly. So I just follow people who already do it, and it's a react show. So I'm reacting to this stuff. I am giving my opinion. I think I'm an intellectual person I've given deep perspective overviews of situations and hypothesize, and sometimes my hypothesis and expectations come true if you've been following my show. And so I don't just do the news to have something to do or just to create content. I've been following video gaming industry news for a very, very long time. And there was a specific channel I used to watch, and they no longer exist to the degree that I found entertaining and informative. So I started following news outlets myself through social media, and I hate the scroll social media and having to scroll all the fucking shit that social media shoves in your face to, yeah, exactly, get whatever they think you like, when all I want to hear is a specific thing. So I have a Discord channel, and I have a Discord bot that sends specific news accounts on specific social platforms directly to the channel. And so it's literally like my own special private feed that I look at, and I've showed it to you before. I'm not going to get into it. So, and I initially started following the news because I wanted to be able to get in on early access games. When's the next game coming out? What's the hottest game? Blah, 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 blah. And that's one of the reasons that led me to like my new favorite game, which isn't out yet, called Engine Fall. Because I was covering games, and one of the topics I cover is layoffs, for example. And Red Rover Interactive suffered layoffs right as I started getting into Engine Fall, because Engine Fall was supposed to come out in 2026, for example, and now it's not coming out in 2027. Yeah, it's because they had to lay off 22 people, and they have funding from larger companies like Krafton, for example. So they're good. They're not really totally indie, but they do have, financial backers from like several big time names. So that's just an example of the type of news that I follow and the different outlets. So without further ado, we're going to get into the news, the Saturday edition here, the August 1st, 2026 edition of the Video Game Industry News Chat React Show. I do it live because I want people to get involved. If you hear about a topic, or if you have a topic that you know is recent that I'm not covering, bring it up. We will go over it. We'll talk about it. I'm not afraid to do that. While I have a surly personality, I don't want it to be misconstrued as me trying to bait someone into an argument just so I can gaslight or make them look bad. No, I'm respectful to all opinions, especially if it's a sound opinion. I mean, you can be surly too. This is what this show is about. You can be. We're all human. There's nothing wrong with dropping some expletives, as people like to call it, if you've heard me talk. So that's what we're going to do today. Also, I'm looking for a co-host, or yeah, he said co-host real high. Not really a co-host, but someone to do the show with. Like, I am really looking for a collaborator to do the news show with. Either someone to just sit and listen and give me feedback on topics that I bring up. It's low effort, really. You just show up and listen. If you're an opinionated person, you have a lot to say about these types of things. Or maybe you never were aware of some of this stuff. Like I had a friend one time, he's like, I never even knew that about that company. I'm referring to like an older conversation a long time ago. So yeah. You're welcome to join in. That's why I do it live. Please. 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 So yeah, we're going to get into the news right now without further ado. Because at the end of the news show, I then flip gears to tutorial type of mode where I show you how to quickly edit and post something from an OBS recording. Like if you do a stream and you have like overlays and stuff, and you can set up a recording where you can just capture certain things on your computer and then make your own personal VODs and clips or whatever. And so this is basically the same thing I'm doing. I mean, you can do exactly this to make your own personal clips. And there's easier ways to make clips with OBS and not having to rely on a third-party clipping software or some website or some subscription. You can just use, for example, what's called Replay Buffer. Capture clips that way. He said that way. Or just make one long recording and use chapter markers and hit a button to chapter mark an event you want to review for a clip. So the stuff like that is the intent of the second part of the show. All right. Do the news, and then I show you how to get some content up on YouTube pretty quick with something you already have. And that's the whole point of it. And I used my news show as an example of that. So we'll do that. And I'll probably start recording my stream for a VOD so I can have that recorded, because having recorded evidence of me doing this stuff helped me out recently. I was accused of making AI content. I had some content taken down because I was accused of being AI slop. And I was like, bro, I'm just an artist and it may look bad, it may look low effort, but yeah, it's me doing it. And here's video and recordings on YouTube of me doing this. They're like, yeah, okay, well, at least you're trying. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker. And they never answered me on what tools they used to determine my art was AI. They never told me. So yeah, that's another reason why I want to record it too. Because I don't have a recording of me doing that yet. I do, but not a recent one. So we're going to get into the new show right now. Alrighty. My drink. Okay. News for the week. What we got? Okay. Unfortunately, start with the bad news first. We'll do the bad news first, man. Everybody who likes bad news? No one likes bad news? Come on, guys. No one likes bad news. Layoffs and closures. What we got going on? Lightspeed Los Angeles lays off staff as it shifts Last Sentinel's creative direction. Have you seen any of the footage of Last Sentinel? It looks really good. It's supposed to be a single-player story game originally, but they're laying off a lot. So, and all it's like everybody does. They get through the first part of development, and then everybody lays off like about a third to 20% of their staff or something. And it's already after the game is kind of up and running, and only smaller changes need to be made. And they all do this. And man, if you get hired by a game company that's already established, just know that they're going to fucking can you as soon as that game that you're working on is already ready to roll out the door practically. And that's what they all do, man. Bruh. I mean, I'm not going to call people out. Even game companies that I really like and who respect do it too. And it's cringe, man, but I don't know what to do. I don't. Bruh. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. I say
yes.
Hold up.
Yeah. It happens. It happens.
Something ain't right.
So I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, but Red Rover Interactive, Ingefall, they did it. And it's like, okay, your game is at a certain point, and it's like the point that these games get to before these developers do this. And I'm not calling out Red Rover Interactive. It's just a recent, fresh example on my mind because that's the first thing I thought of when I heard about the layoffs, being aware of they already having had a successful playtest on Steam, garnering them a lot of traffic, all right? A lot of eyes. And they go and lay off people. We'll talk about companies who even make profits that lay off people just to make more profits. We'll talk about that today, man. Yes. I am not kidding. With my whistle here. So yeah, they claim that the game is going good, but they had so specifically in this instance, Lightspeed LA says we have changed directions of the game. I'm like, what direction of the game did you change? And because of that direction change and pivot, they laid off some people. I'm like, it's a single player story game. What is it what kind of pivot are you making that required you to get rid of people? And it's just rhetoric. At the end of the day, it's just donkey rhetoric. It's just donkey talk. It's just fucking donkey talk, bro. Just fucking donkey talk. No offense. And on the topic, we got a good article from GameIndustry.biz right here, basing some information on another outlet they cover. GameIndustry.biz is my most favorite news outlet. New data suggests layoffs will affect over 14,000 people by the end of 2026. This estimate is up 78% from its original estimate, the article goes into. The pace of layoffs is accelerating faster than our models initially predicted. And this is, by Sophie McAvoy. New data from ASGC Game Industry Layoffs Tracker predicts job losses will reach 14,259 by the end of the year. Payoffs of layoffs has accelerated. Here's the chart they're basing it on, I guess. The article goes on to talk about specifics that have happened this year. The Xbox layoffs across Obsidian, Bethesda, and id Software and ZeniMax Online Studios. Talk about others. Oh yeah, Ubisoft Barcelona, 11-bit. Oh, Red Rover talks about Red Rover also. Yeah. So it's and if you've ever followed my news, this is all just still trickle down, fall off from the COVID bubble. And I have some clips here on Kick, like 3 different clips that explains why the COVID bubble happened. And it's not a good showing on just anybody in the industry, especially these AAA corporations, these public companies. So yeah, a little bit more to talk about. Double Fine. Double Fine was one of the fall off from the Xbox Microsoft drama here over the past year. If you've been following it, Double Fine hit with layoffs after exiting Xbox, and they're using the same rhetoric and jargon as everybody else. These small independent companies, they're saying, hey, to stay in business, we had to lay people off. These actions are not taken lightly, blah, 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 blah. It's always the same story, and nothing against them for protecting their business and whatever, but it's always like your game gets to a certain point. Yeah, Double Fine Productions cuts 23 roles as it becomes independent from Xbox. Only the survival of our studio would ever make us do this, said the CEO. Yeah, this is from Kotaku originally. I need to add them to my feed. Yeah, they make Psychonauts too. Yeah. Two different articles from, this is from Rock, Paper, Shotgun, and this one from Game Informer. Game Informer always has good takes on it. Let's see, Double Fine was granted independence from Xbox alongside South of Midnight developer Compulsion Games earlier this month. If you didn't know that, they had to negotiate a deal, basically. And there's a handful of companies and indies that have done that. You need a reminder. Talking about Xbox, oh my god, again, Xbox all over the fucking news. I was hoping to get by without saying much about Xbox this week. But let's go over the topics. What's this one? I think there's two different topics mainly. Our business did not grow. Yeah. Another release from the CEO of Microsoft. This isn't from Asha Sharma, the head of Xbox. Our business did not grow with our audience post layoffs. Xbox execs are trying to sell a gaming division bounce back by summer 2027. Xbox reports 10% drop in revenue across content and services amid its mass job cuts and studio offloads. And we talked about year on year from last month's report. We talked about that last week, how they were actually up, and that's just because of some recent, that was basically due to the recent changes Asha Sharma has made. The only reason why they were up when everybody else was down is because they've been down for so fucking long. So it was their first ever little time to be up, and it wasn't by much. If you remember the articles from last week. Microsoft CEO says Xbox has the best IP and talented studios around the world, is confident in return to growth after its worst quarter in years amid mass layoffs. And this is Satya Nadella saying this, the CEO of Microsoft. These are his quotes, not to the Asha Sharma's quotes. 200 million new Xbox players. This is from Games Radar, this article. 2 million, this was a pretty good article. 200 million Xbox players weren't enough to offset falling revenue in its last fiscal year, CEO says. We need to close that gap. Asha Sharma thinks Xbox will finally start to grow this year. So yeah, she's looking for half of that being accomplished by 2027. She was saying, because we got about several months in 2026, and she is hoping that 100 million people, so they've gotten some more customers, just not enough active users, and that's part of their growth plan, and them handling things like giving people back accounts that were hacked who they just closed access to, because that was their policy. That under Phil Spencer, it was like, okay, your account got hacked, thanks for reporting, we locked it down, and people couldn't get it back. Yeah, the hacker doesn't have it, but neither do you. So they are just now addressing that, and we talked about that last week. So they've been these small steps to get some audience back, but the revenue, yeah. And we're going to talk about Game Pass. Xbox revenue plunges with hardware dropping. And we talked about this a little bit last week already. Xbox addresses disc felling issues. Oh yeah, this was it. Disc felling issues. So twice over the past week, Xbox services were down, like 2 major outages. And the last outage, people were like, okay, I'll just play from discs. No. Even if you wanted to play offline, you couldn't. Your disc was useless. Xbox addresses disc felling issues during network outage. Yes. Xbox promises to investigate reports of service outage preventing players from accessing physical games. Bro, what? Yes, this is all the time about the whole physical media discs, games on discs. Xbox boss reveals 4 major priorities. Yeah. So basically we covered some comments from Microsoft's CEO on Xbox. People with physical discs unable to use them on their Xboxes offline over the past week. And Asha Sharma's confident remarks about where she's hoping the company will be. She's hoping that core strengthen our platform led by console. She's hoping these 4 things will lead to the recovery by 2027, mid-2027. Core strengthen our platform led by console. Content, grow great games into global franchises, but you already have some good IPs. Creation, make Minecraft the world's creator platform. Yes. User-generated content or creator, referring to the content creation industry, streaming industry, creator-generated content. Yeah. Extend the worlds and connection. Extend the worlds. So they're sitting on a big cash cow with Minecraft. Minecraft, before it got bought out, before Mojang got bought out by Microsoft, it was known for its vast modding community and variety of different mods and mini games. My kids loved Minecraft mini games. Skyblock, Sky Pirates. Man, there is no more Sky Pirates. Once the sale to Mojang went to Microsoft, the certain things became inaccessible and unavailable. And Sky Pirates, remember the Feed the Beast mod pack, bro? Come on. Yeah, I love Minecraft. Still love Minecraft. Just don't play it much. So what she specifically alluded to was leaning into that and maybe profiting that, taking some pages from Roblox's success in their playbook and, already aware of that's what Rockstar and Take-Two are doing with GTA 6. It's going to have a lot of user-generated content and the whole underlying systems involved with these games that are going to make all that easier for creators and users. And so that's the future, and that's what's going on. Roblox is already, we do this already. And so Microsoft, I think, is going to do that with Minecraft. Lean into it more, consolidate their ownership of certain assets that have been free in public use, like what Rockstar and Take-Two are doing about role-playing servers and those organizations, shutting them down or buying them out and bringing them under their umbrella. Stuff like that is going on. And Arsha Sharma has already proven pretty savvy and aggressive about that shit. So, yeah. So we're looking, and she's looking to make big changes. And she's been in the news nonstop since, it's happened when November 2025. So yeah, Xbox got big plans, and we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Moving right along. Oh yeah, let's talk about Rockstar, man. You guys pumped for GTA 6? I always do that to you. You pumped for GTA 6, guys? You hype? Fuck GTA 6, bro. GTA 6 download codes will expire. That's right. Let's talk about this first. GTA Online in-game gambling suddenly disabled in Australia. So, Australia and a lot of other countries over the past years have taken a strong stance about restricting the access of adult type of content to minors, implementing all types of laws regarding the usage in person, in real life, and online access. Australia being one of the forerunners of this ever since 2014, just fighting people, just being bulldogs about this. And that's because in Australia, Australians per capita lose $1,500, their equivalent, a year on gambling losses. And this is a fact. And so to combat these things a long time ago, that's some modern information I just gave you. They've been fighting this battle a long time. And so they put these things in place. And a lot of other regions do this too. In EU, France is really big on this. But why this is making the news is because it's not real gambling. But Australia's like, yes, but it's real adult gambling. This is how you do real gambling. It's kind of like grooming kids and youth to do gambling, because it's like a role player gambling in GTA Online. There's the Diamond Casino, but it's not real money at all. You can use real money to buy in-game currency, but you can't convert that back to real money. There's no way for you to either finagle the system to make it get back to real money. And that's what Rockstar's argument has been up to this point. And they're like, yeah, we're just going to take it down. We're just taking it down. So that's why they did it. GTA Online in-game gambling reportedly blocked in Australia. Yeah. So it's been in the works, and they've probably been fighting it off for a while. Here's another article. So we've heard about how you can go buy a physical copy of GTA 6, but it doesn't come with anything. It's just a fucking plastic goddamn case with a piece of fucking art shoved in the sleeve that you can make at your own house with a fucking code. But in Japan, the codes expire 170 days after launch. You know, this kind of verifies and solidifies that Rockstar and Take-Two are releasing GTA 6 in around November, whatever that date was. And the codes will expire 170 days. Only in Japan. So this is only in Japan, and that's only because of how laws of consumer protection works in Japan. Japan is so good at protecting its consumers and its employees. You never hear about layoffs in Japan. Layoffs do not happen in Japan because it is fucking illegal. Companies a company has to shut down to get rid of its employees, or the employee just got fucked up. Yes, you never hear about people getting laid off in Japan. That is a fact because it's illegal. Act like you can't do it anywhere else. Act like you donkeys who are controlled by corporations, controlling your government policies. Blah, 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 man. Don't get me fucking started. Don't get me started. I had to take a sip after that. Don't get me started. So yeah. And that's because Japan just has top-notch consumer protection policies and laws. That's why. What else we got? Capcom. I can never say it right, bro. Capcom. I always want to say con like it's a convention. Capcom can't go wrong, bro. Capcom just bangers. Banger after fucking banger, man. What's up? What's up, Capcom? What's up? What's up, man? Round of applause. One banger after the fucking other. Pragmata and Resident Evil Requiem bolster a strong quarter for Capcom as Monster Hunter and Street Fighter sales hit record highs, man. Congratulations. You never hear anything bad about these games or this company, bro. Pragmata, fucking smash hit. Because of it, there's going to be a Pragmata 2, bro. There's going to be a Pragmata 2. Resident Evil Requiem, man, no one had anything bad to say about it. It was a great looking game. It's just not my type of game. It's so good it maybe want to go get it, but I already know. I try these games that are so visually appealing. I'm like, I think it's marketing hype, but no, it's got a strong following. The vast majority of Capcom's 2026 game sales have been digital. Yeah, and this article leans into the whole no disc physical media thing we've been talking about here. It's been going around lately. Capcom's Q report talks about, what is it? A whopping 93% of its sales were 93.3%. All right. That leaves 6.7 for physical media sales, something that players can't help but feel antsy about. Closer look at these numbers show that 60% of the digital sales were for PC. So out of the 93%, that is now the 100%. 60% of that was for PC, while 32% were for consoles. So they didn't have much console sales. Most of their digital sales was on PC, not console. So they didn't have much console activity at all for their games, is what is going insane. Capcom can't stop winning, pointing to Pragmata's 2.5 million copies sold. What's up? Yeah, increase boost Capcom's Q1 ordinary profit by 81%, bro. Fucking 252 million. Congratulations, Capcom. Keep releasing bangers, man. If you didn't know, Capcom is kind of set up to have small small development teams that work on special things. They have managed to, under their corporate umbrella of their publishing umbrella arm, have these small houses that do become specialties, and that's why they don't lay off much. I mean, they do lay off, they do downsize, they regurgitate the same rhetoric that's been going around for years now after the decline of the COVID bubble. The rhetoric that's become popular to regurgitate, kind of free these individuals of any liability, and it's getting old to hear. I've already mentioned it, but yeah, they do it too, but not like to the degree to these other people at all. And on that note, Monster Hunter Wilds latest patch makes online only missions. Yeah, so Monster Hunter Wilds is a Capcom game, attributing to their recent success, but they recently released a patch making it available offline. So this is kind of address users' concerns in the industry about not being able to play games offline without, having internet, physical media like it used to be. I got my disc, but I can't play my disc. It doesn't work unless I'm plugged into the internet. All this stuff. And so with Monster Hunter Wilds' latest update, you can do that now. So congratulations, Capcom. Keep doing smart things. Wow. Right into the disc topic. Great segues into the disc topic. Well, we're going to talk about this for a fat minute. Rockstar co-founder says if people want physical game releases, then companies should provide it. Rockstar co-founder, he's no longer working for Rockstar. He works on another project of his own. Rockstar Games and GTA co-founder chimes in on the raging physical games debate, saying if people want that, companies should provide it. Why these two articles are good? Because these guys don't make games anymore. These guys make comic books now. So these are two guys who went off and started their own comic book, basically. And a comic book is physical media. And so they're in the physical media business right now. And while they agree that you have to adapt to the trends of the industry in the digital age, understanding consumers' passions about physical media, they said if we still made a game and our customers want it, we would make it happen. And there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to make it happen. If you're smart and business savvy about it, it won't be at a loss. So that's why everybody's blowing it. It's like, how can you just stop doing it? And, how are you not making money? What is it you're doing wrong with your system to lose money from selling physical media? And that's what people's asking Sony. And people are asking Sony, especially after they promoting vinyl records. Yes, on the heel of them announcing these motherfucking goddamn donkeys, on the heel of them announcing no more physical discs for your games. They're promoting physical vinyl records, bro. Yes. Sony's latest PR masterstroke by Games Radar is promoting vinyl records in the same breath that kills PlayStation discs. Everybody's saying, if you can do physical for music, you can do it for games. Yes. Yeah. Everybody's blown away. Fucking, you don't have to be a genius to run a goddamn corporation. You just got to be a donkey. That's right. Especially Sony. Sony drops the ball and fucks up all the fucking time, bro. How are you still in business? You know what I'm saying? All right. On the same topic, Stop Killing Games comments on PlayStation's decision to kill discs. Stop Killing Games has published a new post subtitled "A Story of Lies," outlining a timeline of recent events surrounding the movement of how they may relate to PlayStation's decision to discontinue discs. The community-backed movement began, and talking about Stop Killing Games, Yeah. And they've also partnered with someone else. They partner with lobbyists, lobby organizations in everywhere, all over the world. Okay. They propose 4 possible reasons why PlayStation is moving away from physical discs, according to its official statement. Sony doesn't want resales. They don't want you reselling your discs. They don't care if there's a resale market. They do not profit from a resale market at all. They don't care about it. So this post article also claims the company is trying to prevent unidentified use of its games. Unidentified mean you can make copies, bro. You can just burn copies. Never log in. Just play this shit offline with emulators and shit. Yeah, it exists. It's part of the industry. They don't talk about it, but yeah, they can't control it. To prevent identified use of its games and oppose true ownership. Oppose true ownership, meaning your ownership of the media that you bought, because it limits Sony's control over the market of their products, their IP. Finally, they argue that Sony is abandoning discs because it doesn't want modding, user-generated content, to replace paid DLCs. Yeah, they want to control, and that's basically what a mod is. It's a DLC. It's an expansion of the game. So Stop Killing Games always has good points to make. Also on the topic, PlayStation reports flat Q1 sales, says it's cautiously moving forward with halting physical disc production. Yeah, they have heard your complaints and they don't care. Basically, they don't care. They don't care. Sony says discontinuation of discs won't have any negative impact on their business at all. They don't care. 34% of PS5 discs and 50% of Xbox Series X discs are junk without a download, research find. Yeah, this is a good article from Games Radar from Austin Woods. Yeah, so 34% of PS5 discs and 50% of Xbox Series X discs are junk without access to the goddamn internet. Yes. This is a recent article. Yeah. Woo! Man, starting off strong today, Flux Reversal with a new show. Starting off strong, running out of breath, man. Oh, I gotta take a sip. Man. Let me take a sip here. Moving right along. Ubisoft reportedly has yet another Far Cry game in development, but at least this one doesn't appear to be in trouble. Yeah, since the COVID bubble, we've heard potential for Far Cry games, fan asking for Far Cry games, different iterations of it starting, and then the whole development team getting fired and shit or something like that. You can look at the specifics. I'm not going to reiterate it. But apparently there's hope for this one. Due to everybody, including Ubisoft, consolidating and falling back into their more reliable, known franchises to have been popular in the past. They're leaning into that, and I guess part of their strategy and plan behind that is to do that with Far Cry. So, you Far Cry fans, looks like there's going to be another Far Cry game. Krafton's numbers are up. Subnautica and PUBG franchises drive Krafton Q2 revenue up 94.9% to $889 million, bro. Whoa, this is the same company that tried to fire the developers of Subnautica using the help of ChatGPT. This is the same fucking idiot, yeah. And they did that because as a result of Subnautica's success, they are now making Subnautica into the franchise IP of Krafton. Krafton pledges to turn Subnautica into franchise IP after Subnautica 2 surpasses 5 million. Yeah. Krafton being one of the backers of Red Rover Interactive, my new favorite game, Enginefall. So yeah, I'm really on top of this shit. But they're also behind PUBGizzle and PlayerUnknown. So Krafton have big plans for Subnautica after the second game's once decisive co-op confirmed the potential to expand beyond the existing fan base. Yeah, Subnautica was always a hit. Subnautica 2, more of a hit. But let's not forget the CEO of Krafton used ChatGPT to fire the developers, and the developers had to take Krafton to court to get their fucking jobs and their goddamn game back. Yeah, so basically, the developers of Subnautica are still under Krafton, but there's a legal, there's a court-ordered rules in place that Krafton has to operate under regarding the developer. What's the developer's name again? Come on. God damn it. Unknown Worlds. Yeah, so Unknown Worlds is the developers of Subnautica, Krafton being the publisher, and the CEO of Krafton tried to take over the Subnautica IP. And if you forget the drama, they were even like releasing, Subnautica 2 coming out tomorrow after they had lost the court battle. They were doing shenanigans like that. Yeah, so the CEO of Krafton, really not a smart guy, really not a fair guy. It really sounds like a piece of shit. And being a major funder of Red Rover Interactive and Enginefall, that kind of scares me. Yeah, you might not hear that much about it anymore, but the PUBG series grew its revenue by 25% in the first half of... So, PUBG really has like 3 different versions. They got the PC / console game that's on the top 20 most active players. But they also have a mobile game that has about, 1 million active users too. So yeah, it's different versions, has a lot of people playing it. Still, the sleeper, nobody even talks about it anymore. I still dabble in it. What else we got? Roblox game Be Dead Forever. Simulator is likely dead forever. That's right. It's a mini game called Be Dead Forever. And it was apparently a way to earn a quick way to earn Roblox base currency, game currency that the game operates on. Roblox, yeah. So it was such a popular game, they were like, why isn't it? Where's it at? So either it got shut down, or Roblox is saying, no, you can't do this, or the guy's dead, whoever made it. Yeah. Fans are calling for an update, and because it's not updated, it no longer meets any of the recent standards regarding parental control and access to minors. That is why Roblox has blocked access to this minigame. If you're a big Roblox player, I had to talk about it. Roblox Q2 revenue rises 36% to 1.5 billion. Yeah, despite an 8% rise in net bookings. Firm describes gain as a shortfall due to reduced per hour. Oh yeah, so they're making money, but they don't think it's good enough. Oh, you greedy motherfuckers. Oh my God. You can't just take the win. You had to complain about it. What we got here? Mecha Chameleon, user-made maps. Oh, Mecha Chameleon. Man, this game was killing it. We talked about last week. Not my type of game. Not my cup of tea. Steam indie hit Mecha Chameleon made more money than any other PC game last month. Yeah, congratulations, guys. Congratulations on another indie game, killing it and making some people some money. Maybe it's a little jank game. Hopefully they use it to maintain the game, to keep some income coming in, but make a better game. But Mecha Chameleon suffers a hack. What? User-made maps from Steam top seller Mecha Chameleon have been found to contain malware just as the game's official Discord server got hacked too. What? Mecha Chameleon suffers a hack. Devs address Steam malware scare and malicious mod map issues. Confirm all the hackers have been banned. Wow, man. Yeah. So you got to be careful with this, user-made content within these popular games. So congrats to the game. I feel sorry for the people who suffered issues. I don't care so much about what happened on fucking Discord, bro. That's just a personal. Man. Hey, give me a break. Cut me a break, man. Give me. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So congratulations on the game's success. When you're that successful, you draw a crosshair on you, and congratulations for handling it right away. Moving right along. Who else got hacked? Oh, Call of Duty hacks. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 has a hacker that's making gameplay unplayable. So this is only for Black Ops 2. There's 3 different Black Ops Call of Duty games. This has nothing to do with Warzone or the other Call of Duty game that's more like the traditional. The Black Ops 2 has a hacker that's making the game unplayable. So this dude hacks you while you're in the server. So you have to be in the server in the same instance, in the same lobby. He hacks you, gives you a Prestige 16, which doesn't exist in the game, and then sends you a message that says YOUVE. That's it. Here's a clip of Tim the Tatman while he's, as they say, scrolling DoorDash as he's getting hacked. Yeah. The game, this is the player called Who Isn't Sharp or C Isn't Sharp, something like that. And so many reports of these came on social media that finally Black Ops had to do something about it, especially when it's happening like Tim the Tatman while he's live. Yeah, I mean, I think it's funny getting hacked while you're live. But the thing is, once they tried to join another lobby, they weren't able to. The game was basically unplayable for them at that point. So, but they got it worked out, it sounds like. Activision on top of that shit. Microsoft on top of that shit. ARK Rivals, your favorite extraction game, has its bi-yearly update. Finally, ARK Raiders makes it official. Only the PvP fights players choose to initiate will impact your aggression rating. That's why it has been long speculated what exactly was the mechanics under the hood. Even though they did have a unvague statement about this months back, they've officially said it. Yeah, with the new update, it is official that if you're aggressive PvPer, that affects your aggression rating. If you're defending yourself, if you're not the aggressor, if you're a ganker and you're a rat, that affects you. All right? But if you're the one on the receiving end of the gank and you're defending yourself, apparently it doesn't count as you the aggressor and won't affect your ability to be in PvE lobbies. Now, in PvE lobbies in ARK Raiders, you can PvP. There's nothing that says you can't PvP. And the whole dynamic of its matchmaking system, the underlying thing is supposed to be what I just described. Based upon if players are aggressive or not, it's supposed to put you with other aggressive. If you're an aggressive PvPer, it's supposed to put you in lobbies with other aggressive players. If you're a chill PvEer, it's supposed to put you in other lobbies with players like that who are friendly. So yeah, they have confirmed it and made it another thing. Congratulations. But what else we got here? Wrapping up the news show here. Oh, a couple cool games caught my eyes. Midnight Moments is a cyberpunk diorama builder for Neon Sign and Drizzly Rain. So the whole thing is like you're in a drizzly cyberpunk environment. Let's get it up on my Steam. I wish listed it, I believe. Looks pretty good. because it's a game, I can see a lot of content creators using it to maybe make content just because it's a little city builder, structure builder. I don't think it'd be good for role players to make maps playing Dungeons and Dragons or Shadowrun or something. Yeah. Did I add it already? Yep, right there, bam. Looks really cool, man. Looks really cool. So you just build a little city builder, and you put these little really bright looking aesthetics, you know. It's pretty fucking dope. Check that out, man. Check that out. Check that out, man. That's pretty fucking cool. Oh, yeah. And it's not... It's only $3. It's a $3 game. On sale. So there's that game. And this game. If you saw this game came up on your feed at Steam... 2 devs make a game in 4 months. Now it made $360,000 in 24 hours. Steam's 15, yeah, so 15 best-selling game. Sir, we have an orc problem. Yeah, so these guys are saying how they're 2 guys, they're a duo, this developer team, and they have experimented with making games off and on before. And they've had a certain level of success with a smaller game. They said it made them a little bit of money, and it's really not the type of game I would play. I'm not even go look at it on Steam. But yeah, they made $360,000 for it. Apparently, you know, the title and the art, but you know, the art is nothing indicative of what the game is. Yeah, don't be fooled. And I really hate marketing like that. Sir, we have an orc problem. Sir, here it is. Sir, we have an orc problem. This is what it really looks like. It's basically like a tower defense. It's a tower defense game. Yeah. Just a tower defense game. So congratulations. We like hearing positive stories about that. Positive vibes. What the fuck? You pedophile. You pedophile. The Skyrim inspired username Fussroda was used as evidence to imprison an innocent man while an actual criminal seemingly roamed free for 6 years. Yeah, can you imagine having been in prison for 1.5 years for being a pedophile? So that's what happened. It was like 6 years ago. This guy has been fighting, even though he was in and out of jail, he's been fighting to clear his name this entire time. How a Skyrim username error left an innocent man to serve 18 months in jail for online predator behavior. We're not going to get into it. But the hyphen, the dude had an extra, yeah. So this is the guy's name, but the person who they were tracking had 2 hyphens in the name right here. It was Fuss Ro-Da. And this guy who they imprisoned, his name was Fuss under hyphen, 1 hyphen. Has 2 hyphens in the name, but 1 hyphen in each spot. The other guy's name had 3 hyphens, 2 hyphen in 1 spot. So yeah, that was the whole basis of this guy's defense and his 6-year journey to fucking free his name. Oh, hang on. That's the sound of a pedophile fapping. I had to make the joke, man. Get over it. So yeah, and I think it's still suspicious that the guy was even able to get imprisoned anyways, man. What kind of evidence did they use? And they said it was purely based upon his name and all the interactions with individuals and underage kids associated with the name. And so that means this whole time, the same motherfucker who they thought they were tracking has been out there being a pedophile. Good job, authorities. Like I said, you ain't got to be smart, people. You don't have to be smart. Pedophile on the roam. Yeah, it's a sad story that a guy was wrongly imprisoned. It's sad that it took him 6 years to clear his name. And it's sad that they didn't catch the right guy, and the right guy who's actually guilty is still free. That's disgusting. Yeah, that's a what the fuck moment. We got some good vibes moments here. A couple stories. Games for Change Festival to expand and move to new cities. Yeah, so Games for Change is normally hosted in New York, and they're saying every other year they're going to do it in a guest city. The first one going to be Arizona State University, so congratulations. Other good vibe story. Indie devs band together for 100 game bundle that'll cost you $10. And this is to help unprecedented number of layoffs developers this past year so far who've lost their jobs. So basically it's a fun indie devs and other developers. The guys behind it are the makers of indie game makers have banded together to organize a $10 bundle. Necrosoft Games, the indie studio behind the effortlessly cool Persona-like RPG Demon School, is what you see here. They're the ones advocating and prompting for this movement, but yeah. They're having people donate and contribute games and stuff and getting games okay for release for this bundle for you to donate $10, towards the relief of displaced game developers. I could go on and on about people who are in the industry still seeking to get jobs in the industry, and it's not a nice thing that I have to say about it, but there are not enough people in the fucking world to play all the goddamn games that are made every month. There are so many games that come out every month, and it is impossible for humanity to play them all. That's just a simple fact. I mean, I don't know why people in the industry haven't come to grasp with that fact. Next article. How 97 copies of an unreleased version of Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt were discovered in a Wisconsin warehouse. So yeah, we got some retro gamer fans out there. We got some hard copies of the game that were released and found. Basically, these guys are dumpster divers. They go out and find stuff, and they found some stuff that was going to be it. The story is, this box of games came from a location that was supposed to be a recycle place, and they recycle things for different precious metals, all right? So this box of games was found in a box. They are all in plastic, each one of them with a player's manual. So there's no record. So all the professionals that said, hey, these games were either knockoff pirates and fakes, or there's some unreleased treasure that we don't know about. So these guys flew to the headquarters of, I think the organization is PSA. That's what they're called. They're the authority on authorizing, digital media. PSA, yeah. Head of PSA video games. Here they are, getting reviewed. Yeah, so these are in fact genuine copies. Because why it was so questionable is because Duck Hunt was normally a game that came for free on your console or for free with it. And they're saying, yeah, this is probably one of those cartridges that was supposed to be included in a consoles that never made it. And it has 2 games. But I remember seeing cartridges like this with people's Nintendos, 2 games on one. I remember seeing that stuff. And these guys are acting like it's a surprise and rare thing, and maybe they're not old enough to remember them. But I'm not a big console player, but I remember seeing this stuff on because I'd go to people's houses who had these games and play them over there or whatnot. Good vibes story. What else we got? We got some AI stories. Are we gonna do some AI stories? Let's just go through the AI stories real fast before we wrap up the show. Study says relying on AI can turn doubt into full confidence.
Hold on. I said, hold up. Wait a minute.
Basically, if you already have a problem with being a fucking Dunning-Kruger, don't use AI because it's going to make your condition worse, Dunning-Kruger. All right, moving right along. Researchers have built a tool that can identify the AI used to make AI. Moving right along, LinkedIn ads seems like AI slop button to combat low quality. That's right. So LinkedIn apparently has been overrun with AI, just almost destroying the legitimacy of this professional platform that it's supposed to be. So, and their inability to handle the problem on their own, they have included a button that says, seems like AI slop. It's just a button. It's like a like button. That's it. If it seems like slop, you fucking hit it. And that's it. Problem solved. It goes to their review, whatever. That's it. That easy. The US foreign-made robot Crackdown is coming for future Rumbas too. Oh man, you lazy motherfuckers will. Hey, I think these are great. Rumbas and the iRobots. If they're made out of the country, they're gonna be banned. The music industry wants AI slop kicked off the charts, and it finally has a plan. Yeah, the music industry, the people that are responsible for the DMCA rules on your most streaming platforms, the drummer from Metallica, who thinks that you're taking the food off his children's table because his music's being pirated, as he makes a statement from his third floor balcony breakfast table overlooking his garden that's a fucking the size of a goddamn neighborhood. Yeah, that guy. The music industry wants AI slop kicked off the charts, and it finally has a plan. Basically, they want to make it illegal for anything to do with AI to be on the charts and for people to make money off of it. They're saying you can use AI tools and whatever, but if it's just purely AI, no. And this is because there are some AI songs out there. There was a popular AI country song for a fat minute on the country charts. But while they don't make it maybe to the media that you hear on the air or traditional radio, on the digital market charts and the digital platforms that sell songs individually and stuff like that, these songs and AI songs are dominating. There's a whole niche industry that exists for people making content and how to make these songs. Go and watch a video how to make AI song and get rich like I do with my AI songs. It's a whole movement. And so they're really trying to crack down on that. I'm on the fence. But hey, that's it. That's it for the new show, Flux Reversal's weekly video game industry news chat and react show. That is up. If you have actually watched, I appreciate it. Thank you. Flux Reversal's news show happens once a week on Saturdays. I stream 3 times a week, Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Saturdays a week I do the news show. So if you were here watching, following, lurking, I really appreciate it. Any of your time you spent here, I really appreciate it because your time is the most valuable, precious asset that you have. And so I really appreciate you spending it here with me. Thank you so much. And that wraps up the news show for the week.